Hello everyone and welcome to this video. Today we're going to talk about the bombing of Nijmegen city in World War II. First of all, I want to say it took quite some time making this video, so if you enjoyed it, I would really appreciate if you press the like button. Now, let's begin. So today we're going to talk about the bombing of Nijmegen. Nijmegen is a city in the western part of the Netherlands. It is located 88 kilometers from Amsterdam. Nijmegen is the oldest city of the Netherlands, being over 2000 years old. The bombing of Nijmegen was one of the worst bombings in the Netherlands in World War II. But the weird thing is, the bombing was not done by the Germans. Invaded by the Germans. Nijmegen was not that important target for the Germans, so the 18th Army didn't go through Nijmegen, but went via the city Arnhem. So no fighting happened in Nijmegen during the Battle of the Netherlands, so the city wasn't really damaged. Most people know Nijmegen because of its famous role in the Market Garden, which happened in September of 1944, but even before the Allies arrived in the city in September, it already lay in ruins. The bombing of Nijmegen happened in February of 1944. On the 22nd of that month at 9:20 am, a total of 177 B-24 Liberators took off from RAF Airbase Bungay. Among the bombers were P-38, P-47 and P-51 escort fighters. The destination was the Gothaer Wagenfabrik in Gotha. This was a factory where Messerschmitt fighters and other German planes were produced during the war. Gotha lies deep into Germany, so the bombers had a long flight ahead of them. The pilots also heard that if they could not bomb the Gothaer factory, they had to bomb Eschwege, another German city 71 kilometers west of Gotha. And if the target also could not be bombed, they had to find a target themselves on their way back to Britain. When the bombers were 16 kilometers into Germany, they received word from command that there was heavy cloud formations above the cities. They had to return to the base. Now they needed to find a target on their way back to Britain. The bombers picked a few Dutch cities to bomb: Nijmegen, Arnhem, Deventer and Enschede. 12 bombers of the 446th Bombardment Group plus 2 of the 453rd Bombardment Group went to bomb the railway station in Nijmegen, so the Germans could not use it anymore for transportation. At 13:28 local time, a total of 470 bombs hit Nijmegen. The railway station was successfully hit, but that wasn't the only part of Nijmegen that was bombed. A considerable number of bombs hit the center of the city. The bombs hit houses, 2 churches and even a school received a hit. Over 800 civilians died in the attack. A day after the incident, the US Air Force started an investigation. All flyers were questioned. Some said they thought they were still flying above Germany and they were bombing the city of Kleven. That's a small city next to the Dutch-German border next to Nijmegen. But others said they knew they were above Nijmegen. The Germans used this incident for propaganda purposes, saying this was all planned and that they had targeted civilians on purpose. Which of course wasn't true. Or was it? US and Dutch governmental officials have maintained for decades that the bombing was a mistake. Some flyers just didn't know they were bombing the city of Nijmegen. But the population of Nijmegen wasn't happy. They still had unanswered questions. Some people even started to spread rumors and made up conspiracy theories about the incident. A Dutch historian named Alfons Brinkhuis published a book in the summer of 1984 about his research of the bombing. De fatale aanval, 22 februari 1940, opzet of vergissing. The fatal attack, 22 February 1944, intent or error. In this book, he wrote a few factors that played during this event. Here are a few of them, which I find most important. Hundreds of bombs were unable to gather due to high cloud formations and had to cancel their mission prematurely. Miscommunication occurred due to poor weather conditions. Because of the wind, planes were driven to the west without realizing it. The northern bomb sites were set on Gotha as the target. There was no time to reprogram them, making precision bombing impossible. Navigators always flew based on schedules. They were not trained to orientate themselves based on the landscape. This enabled flyers to get lost when missions were not going according to plan. With this book, Brinkhuis broke a taboo, because for years the Allies have hidden this accident from the world, because of course the Allies were the good guys. Years later, in the 21st century, more historians looked into the case. Some even said this wasn't an incident. So, is this an accident or not? Let me know what you think in the comments. In 2005, the Dutch War Studies Commission determined that the Allied bombings of the Netherlands was indeed an accident. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and learned something new today. Yeah, have a nice day.